Hello and welcome to My Retention Hat. As an entrepreneur, you have many hats to wear and skills to master. The My Hat series gives you a snippet of information, a place to learn some tips and strategies for those many tasks that you must master as a business owner. So grab a coffee and let's get started. Today, we welcome Laurie Walters, Community Futures Caribou Chilcotin's very own expert in employee recruitment and retention. Laurie has lived in the Caribou most of her life, and as a self-employed contractor, she has been very fortunate to be involved with the numerous projects and initiatives regionally and in the Caribou Chilcotin and provincially, including the You've Got Talent. We're going to talk about that today. So we're going to jump right in. Laurie, what are the first steps in conquering employee retention?
Well, just as important as having a recruitment strategy or a plan, having a retention strategy is equally important. Think of your retention strategy as a method of continuous recruitment. But before you develop the retention strategies, you must stop and measure the current state of affairs. What is your situation now?
Okay, so you're talking about doing a really deep dive. Sorry, can't seem to talk today. Doing a really deep dive into the reasons why employees are leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I mean. Yeah. Have a pulse on your employee retention. So what I mean by that is how many people are leaving, where, and which jobs. What drives people to resign, and who are the people most at risk of leaving? So when you can measure this, then you can start to strategize. Wouldn't it be nice if the word turnover only referred to a small pie? The information you gather tells you what to do and where, so that you can have the biggest impact and show that it's working. So you're armed with some metrics and data that illustrate the cause of your retention challenges and the impact. Then you can determine what to do next. Combine factors so that you can do both identify at-risk individuals and begin building personas of the types of people who are at risk of leaving, so you can take that broader action. So for example, manager behavior, well-being, and work-life balance are the top reasons female employees resign. So understanding who's leaving can help you identify the actions to take.
And where do we go from there? So once we have all this information, where do we go?
Well, first of all, onboarding. Setting the stage on day one, having a quality onboarding program in place makes new employees 58% more likely to be with the organization after 3 years. So, the key to a successful onboarding process is about capturing a new employee's excitement about starting a new job while minimizing other challenges. Other than the cost of time and effort, many onboarding activities such as team introductions, building tours, buddy programs, one-on-one meetings, and a solid employee handbook, they cost you nothing. Onboarding is an art. It is structured and should last well into the employee's first year. So think about creating a program that's about integrating new hires into the company culture. It shouldn't be just a guided paperwork session. I mean, in fact, 40% of onboarding activities consists of filling out paperwork.
Yikes, that's lots. So I'll share my experience with Community Futures North Caribou. I've been here for 5 years, so I'm well beyond that 3-year limit there. But when I first started here, I was here for, I think, about a week, maybe a week and a half. And it just happened to be my birthday, and they had donuts. The staff, all the people I work with had donuts. They had a birthday card for me, and I was blown away. I'd never had that at work before, ever, in all of my many years of working. We'll just say many. We'll just say many. Okay. I've never had something like that. So it really was very touching, and it was very sweet. Anyway, so now we have donut meetings because they just make us happy.
That is so cool. And it is the little things that do make a big difference. So it's not always about the big things.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And I was paired with our very own Janet here in the office, and she has been instrumental in where I have gone in my career in within North Caribou, and all the development and all the great things that I've been doing.
Right.
She's been amazing, not just that first week of work, right? Like 5 years I'm here, and I still go to her and say, hey, I have a question. Hey, what do you think about this? And it's really amazing to have that she's my first person I go to. And then once we bat it out together and figure out the great idea, then we can take it to the whole team, and then everybody really gets put in, and it's wonderful. Anyway, so onboarding is huge.
That sounds awesome. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, took you way off a rabbit hole there. So what are some of the top elements in retention?
So, of course, the compensation, of course, salary, benefits, a pay to stay study. Raising pay could save your organization money and also increase retention by 30%. So that's just something to think about, a little tidbit there. And you've heard many businesses, especially over the pandemic, the last 2 years, some of these elements that I'm going to mention are of no surprise but they are the ones that are most current and up to date today. So the flexible working arrangements, work-life balance. As I said, many employers discovered this through the pandemic.
Right.
Communication. Keeps the lines of communication open, making communication a routine so that the employee feels comfortable going to their employer or managers. I mean, look at you 5 years later, going to duty. Communication usually fosters engagement. And that's exactly, not only your buddy system with Judy, but you also, you brought your ideas and that to the bigger group. And that's all great with the engagement and accountability.
Yeah.
Wellness programs, engage the staff, ask the staff what they'd like to see as a wellness program or things. And you just really may be surprised again that it's not the big things, it's just the little things. Recognition. Most people appreciate being rewarded for their work. Advancement, opportunities, this is a big one, opportunities for training and career development. And of course, the positive work atmosphere and company culture. Offer rewards. If you're going to encourage suggestions, take them seriously and also recognize that employee that contributed in a tangible way. Provide an outlet. So not all employees are going to want to be named or recognized for their ideas. I mean, that's, not everybody is like that. Managers should create opportunities for both public and private contributions or feedback. Set up innovative teams. These are individual teams that are tasked with coming up with ideas on a specific topic. Demonstrate the value you place on creativity. Encourage risk-taking, and hire a variety of different people. In a different time, I'm going to talk about the multi-generational workforce, but that's a good way of getting the different generations involved in a workplace. Have fun, create a positive working environment where creativity and spontaneity can occur.
Fantastic. Lots of good elements there. Any final thoughts on retention in the workplace, Laurie?
Yeah, and it's a big one.
Okay.
Foster respect in the workplace. More than ever, people are looking for respect at their jobs. They don't want to feel devalued or unimportant within an organization. It can result from a lack of respect. Respect is one of the top 3 things job seekers are looking for. Top 3 things.
Wow.
Does your workplace value respect as highly as workers do? A culture of respect can be fostered by implementing a lot of, many of the strategies suggested on the list that I gave. feedback, recognition, encouraging creativity, collaboration, and so on. It's also essential to empower your team members with the tools and resources they need, and demonstrating kindness and thoughtfulness can also go a long way. So maybe this week, say thank you to employees that hand in their assignments, or greet them with a smile and a cheery good morning as they arrive. And instead of interrogating them about maybe the work that they need to complete, simply ask them if they require your help in any way, and provide them with the help they need if they ask it.
That's excellent. Awesome. Thank you so much, Laurie. This is really great. We have included a link to the You've Got Talent guidebook that you can download for your own record. So please check that out. Laurie, thank you so much. Great to see you again.
Hey, my pleasure, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Bye.